Hey, what's up? This is Daniel Barrett from AdWords Nerds.com. Can Facebook ads actually impact your Google search results? And how does that connect to the most important marketing trend in real estate investing today? I go over the entire thing in this video, so let's get to it. You may know I run a company called AdWords Nerds over at AdWordsNerds.com. We do online marketing for real estate investors to help them find more motivated seller leads and deals online. We do this across a variety of channels. So we're in Google ads, we're in Microsoft ads or Bing, we do Facebook ads, we've done YouTube ads, we also do SEO or search engine optimization. The reason that we are in multiple channels at once is because we've seen a force multiplier effect. Being in multiple channels at the same time doesn't just add results on top of one another. Instead, it's multiplicative. So instead of being 1 + 1 = 2, it's more like 1 + 1 = 3 or 5 or 10. So I found a really interesting study from a company called Bark.London, which first of all is a wonderful agency name. They were tracking the correlation between Facebook ad spend and brand revenue. And what they found is something that's pretty obvious. The more money that their clients spent in Facebook ads, generally the more revenue that they would produce. Nothing really earth-shattering here. But what they also found was that Facebook ad spend correlated just as tightly with organic search volume. The more money that these clients spent in Facebook ads, the more searches for their brand name they received on Google. This actually lines up very well with a study that Facebook did all the way back in 2015, where they tracked the impact of Facebook ad exposure on searches in other channels. When you took the people that saw Facebook ads, and then you looked at mobile search on Google, Yahoo, Bing, AOL, etc., you looked at mobile search clicks on landing pages, so people going on search ads, all of those channels saw an increase in volume. Even this year, Meta or Facebook put out a study where they said on average, Facebook ads were responsible for 19% more organic search referred site visits, basically means people going on search channels and looking you up, and 10% more paid search referred visits, i.e. people clicking on your Google ads. Essentially what this means is the more people that see your Facebook ads, the more people are likely to search for your brand name, and the more likely those people are to convert when they land there. When I first saw all these things, I freaked out because this lined up exactly with a conversation I'd had with Jonathan Wilson. Now, if you don't know Jonathan, he's an incredibly successful agency owner. He's worked with marketers like Mike Rhodes and Perry Marshall. He works in e-commerce. He works with big affiliate brands. He's had a lot of experience. And I recently sat down with Jonathan just to talk about the state of the industry, talk about account builds, talk about account strategy. And here's part of that conversation.
In a lot of cases with my other clients, it swings the needle a huge amount on Google when they are also running Facebook ads at the same time. The most extreme example of this I've ever seen. So a few years ago, I was subcontracting for an agency that was running both the Google ads and the Facebook ads. The client was selling copper kitchenware, right? Pots, cups, just like fancy looking stuff,
Yeah. All right.
for the kitchen. And they were doing about 90,000 a month on Google ads and about 30,000 on Facebook ads. And they were never quite breaking even on the Facebook ads, like total. And so the client complained about it off and on for a while and finally persuaded the agency to just shut all the Facebook stuff off. Okay, we're just going to focus on Google. When they shut the Facebook stuff off, the Google traffic dropped from 90 a month to 10, like off a cliff.
Yeah.
So it was very clear that people were seeing the ads on Facebook, conversion objective. And even though they weren't buying on Facebook and it wasn't profitable, it was literally driving the Google traffic.
All right. So let's say you buy my hypothesis that running ads on Facebook is going to drive some Google organic search. Why is that important for real estate investors today? Real estate investing as an industry is behind the times. If you look at realtors or real estate agents, they have been brand focused for decades. That's because they have a lot of competition. And when you have a lot of competition, all offering a very similar product or service, most businesses need to compete on brand awareness. You have something that makes you unique, something that makes you connect with people in a way that your competitors don't. Real estate investors for a long time haven't had to do that. They just haven't had the volume of competition that makes that kind of change necessary. That's why most real estate investing today is still direct response. You simply reach out to a person and tell them you want to buy their house. There's nothing wrong with that kind of marketing. In fact, that's the kind of marketing I prefer. But if the industry is changing, we all need to change in order to keep up. With hedge funds, iBuyers, and more investors in the market than ever, branding is more and more critical. This type of campaign, where we're not trying to necessarily drive a conversion straight from the ad, but are instead working on exposing our audience to our brand and getting them to search for us organically, is going to become more and more common. And in fact, I think it's where a lot of online marketing is going. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any comments or anything, let me know below. As always, this is Daniel Bear from AdWordsNerds.com signing off, and I will see you very soon. Cheers.